Everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a box that measures 3 1/4 by 3 3/4 by 1. And inside it has a Russell Stover coconut nest chocolate. Alrighty, it's a little bit wider than the nest, so you could probably fit the marshmallow egg in here also. I used the Easter Bunny bundle, which the stamp set is available. The punch is not available till May, which is kind of annoying, but I'm sorry about that. But you can, instead of using this DSP for the background, you can just stamp your bunny onto that that square there. Alrighty, if you don't have the punch already. Okay, so what we need for this project is some basic white for stamping. We need a piece of Parakeet Party that is 9 by 6 1/2. We need 2 pieces of the Butterfly Kisses DSP that are 3 by 3 1/2. 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 3 1/2. And 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 3. And then I cut this out of another sheet of the Butterfly Kisses DSP with the Stylish Shapes dies. Okay, so it's about 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 if you don't have those. Okay, so let's start with my Simply Scored. This is my brand new host code for March. Please put this in if you're going to spend under $150 on my website. I would appreciate that. All right. So we're going to start on the 9-inch side. We're going to score at 1/2, 1/2, 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and 8. Then we're going to turn it to the 6 1/2-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4. Okay. Okay. I had several people email me for the kit that I have for the Playing in the Rain bundle. I will be working on those kits ASAP and getting them packaged and mailed out. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. Alright, now the skinniest rectangle is on the left-hand side. There is a 3/4 inch strip on the top, 1 inch on the bottom, and on the right. Okay, we're going to start on the left-hand side. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge up into the rectangle above it. We're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line. Next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square again. Okay, now we're going to turn it to the other side, and we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of the rectangle on the bottom and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to get rid of these 4 pieces. So if you turn it a 1/4 turn and go to the second score line, and then we're going to cut it to the second score line, which is just where we did the wedge for the square here. Okay, now we're going to take a corner rounder and round both sides of this top piece here. Okay, and this is what your cardstock should look like after you're done cutting it, scoring it, and rounding those two corners. Okay, now we're going to get our tear and tape and we're going to put it on what's left of the skinniest rectangle next to the score line. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get the backing off. Okay, and then I'm going to flip the whole thing over, flip over the side with the tape, and flip the other side over to meet it. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck this in for now. Okay, so this is our back. So we're going to put in the tabs and put a little bit of glue on each tab. I'm going to put the back down and then put more glue on the back of that front flap. And then just make sure everything's nice and square. Okay. And that's your box. All right, now we need our pieces of Butterfly Kisses DSP. The two pieces that are 3 by 3.5 are going to go on the front and the back. The two pieces that are 3/4 by 3.5, the long sides, and 3/4 by 3, these short sides up here. And I'm going to use liquid glue for all of it. Okay, now you need a small circle punch and you're just going to tuck it in the box and cut a partial circle out so that when we close the box it's easier to grip and pull it open. All right, now we're going to let that dry a minute and we're going to do our stamping. Okay, first we're going to do the bunny, which remember this is a 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 square of the Butterfly Kisses DSP that I cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. If you want to just cut one from basic white, you can stamp your bunny right onto it if you don't have the punch. Okay. Great. And also the eggs I'm going to be stamping. Now the eggs I have to fussy cut. Okay, so now I'm going to get my punch. Available again in May. I'm going to punch him out. And then I'm just going to fussy cut out the eggs. Okay, so now first we're going to do the bunny. And I'm going to use dark smoky slate on the back leg here, just a little bit of it. The tummy, you don't want to do this bottom piece of the tummy or up right around. We'll put a mark right under the nose there. And you want to leave all of that white. All right, and then I'm going to do a little bit of dark up where the leg is, on the bottom of the feet, right next to the butt, and on one edge of the ear. Okay, and then let me quick do the nose and the inside of this ear so that I don't. I'm going to put a little bit on the nose and then I'm going to do a cheek there. And I'm going to fill in, except for this white area and the tail, I'm going to fill in the rest with light smoky slate. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over the cheek with a little bit of color lifter to just blend that out just a little bit. Okay, and that is our bunny. Okay, so now for the eggs, I'm going to be using light and dark Granny Apple Green and light and dark Fresh Freesia. So let's do the Granny Apple Green one first. I'm just going to do every other one in dark and every other one in light. Okay, and then with the light Granny Apple Green, I'm going to do the polka dots. And 2 of the stripes. Okay, and actually I'm only going to use light Fresh Freesia, and I'm just going to fill in the other stripes and around the polka dots. Okay, and that's the eggs. Alrighty. Now we're going to get some Glittered Organdy Ribbon, and I'm just going to tie it around the bottom of the box. Where's the bottom? Here's the bottom. And then make a bow on the left-hand side. And I'm going to do it about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. Snip that off. And then I'm going to take a glue dot. And I'm just going to put it under the knot. Just make sure it doesn't go and fall off the end. Okay, then we're going to take this piece of the Butterfly Kisses DSP that is about 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. I cut this from the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to put it with about the same amount on the left, the top, and the right. I'm going to put it with dimensionals. Okay. And then I'm going to put more dimensionals on the bunny. And I'm just going to put him right in the middle of that square. Alrighty. And then for the eggs, I need a few mini dimensionals. Now we need a mini dimensional on the top of the green checkered egg. And then on the top of the striped egg. Alright. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the other egg and on the other side of the striped egg. And we're just going to tuck the eggs in next to the bunny on the bottom on each side. There we go. All right, now we need to do our sentiment. And we're going to have to do a little bit of masking. It will fit over here, and I'm going to use this die from the Stylish Shapes dies also, and it's about a 1 1/4 inch circle. Alright, so I need the Happy Easter, which is in a line, so I don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to cover the Easter with a sticky note. And then just ink up the Happy. Take the sticky note off. And then stamp Happy. Good. There's a tiny shadow of Easter. I guess I didn't clean that enough. But it's okay. It won't be shown. And then I'm going to take a baby wipe, or you can clean it with your cleaner and your Stampin' Scrub. Alright. Let me just stamp this again to make sure there's no more. There we go. Okay, now we're going to cover the Happy. and ink up the Easter. Take off the mask, and then I'm going to try to get it up as close to the happy as I can get it. Oh. Alright, I'm going to have to do it again. That's better. Great. Okay, second time's a charm. All right, and then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to try to get it in there as best I can. On this side, you won't see a little bit of the edge of the letters. I'm just going to tape it down and cut it. Okay, and there's our sentiment. All right, and what we're going to do is put a mini dimensional up by the H. Right, and right here too. And then we're just going to, I need a little bit of glue down here. And we're just going to set our sentiment right here. Okay. And now for the final touch, I'm going to use some opaque gems in the Fresh Freesia. And I'm going to put a large one right in the top middle here. And then two medium ones on the side of it. Oops, too far. There. Okay. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, my email is below, and the links to my shop to purchase these products, and the link to my blog that has all of the measurements. Okay, please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.